How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 37 Chapter 6. This is Season 37 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 6. In this episode, we will be talking about physical territoriality, progressivism and recidivism. Now, in How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix the complete series, we talk about something called physical territoriality. In the monologues, in past episodes, we use the language, spatial non-consensuality. Both terms describe the same essential phenomenon, though the more descriptive term, spatial non-consensuality, elucidates the action of it. To start out, every tonic maintains a space of physicality, a space of projection, around themselves. This space around themselves represents their ability to induce a dominant state in some other, purely by physical proximity. Likewise, people who take a dominant position when in physical proximity lack this. Spatial non-consensuality means that he or she who has that territory can induce a non-consensual state upon that other. This means that the other experiences a state in which their shadow impulses become evident through expression. He or she who has territoriality can also induce a tonic-dominant relationship with respect to some dominant. This means that the other will unconsciously act to further the expectations of the tonic, the impulses of the tonic. This gives the person with territoriality the ability to determine outcomes for the group, the assigning of roles, and the social directive of the group, because it can impute some non-consensual identity upon the other. Now, the foundation of this territoriality is essentially feudal. Also, since archetypal alignments create intergenerational passing of this territoriality to offspring through the closed social system which is the family. At least, in the past, the linking of heredity to landownership preserved this dimension of spatial non-consensuality tied to heredity, although it is largely environmentally induced through mirroring and archetypal alignments. Thus, history creates precedents of heredity territoriality. The engendering of a backward-facing historicity represents a recidivist viewpoint, constructed predominantly upon a feudal view of identity. Thus, the alternative, represented by the progressivist camp, must by necessity undermine the archetypal links within the family to exculpate the ability to induce spatial non-consensuality, territoriality within a functioning society. We talked in past episodes how essentially appropriation represents a kind of identity redistribution system. The mechanism by which territoriality is alienated from within the closed social system of the family is through the opening of that closed system via migration. Familial cannibalization pursuant to the creation of integration imposes a separation of territoriality from heredity via the imputation of a non-consensual state upon lower system members. Thus, the first step in eliminating a feudal system which recapitulates historical misallocation of territoriality is the elimination of the archetypal alignment between father and son, mother and daughter. The next step is induction of non-consensuality by the father through the son or mother through the daughter. Now, to return to emotional calibration. The mechanism of eliminating systemic entropy by funneling people into ideological archetypes of opposing orientation, progressivist or recidivist, utilizes wedge issues. These are created by linking archetypal assignments to paradigmatic positions within the ideological spectrum. If you fall on one side of a wedge issue, you are automatically assigned a recidivist label with all the attendant rationalizations and impulses. If you fall on the other side, you are automatically assigned a progressivist label with all the attendant rationalizations and impulses. In other words, if you oppose the dismantling of a feudal system of territoriality, via preservation of archetypal alignments, then you are automatically rationalized as recidivist. All of this is to say, that all these issues, systemic entropy, territoriality, appropriation, identity redistribution, are intertwined within the recidivist, progressivist dialectic. A single ideological struggle defined by the desire to either dismantle the past or preserve it. The presence or absence of property rights is inextricably intertwined with the possession of physical territoriality. And its redistribution represents an overturning of historical precedents grounded in a feudal world. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.